What's going on, family? Grace and peace. It's your boy Javon Blue with another video on tech sales knowledge, BDR, SDR knowledge, whatever you want to call it, right? You already know how I'm gonna start this off. I want to give, all glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, the Kings of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the beginning and the end, the Aleph Tav, right? He is the great I am. So, with that being said, tonight, whatever time that you're watching this, we're going to talk about what to do during the interview and how you should become or how you should come prepared, right? I think it's very important how you interview because the interviewing process says a lot about yourself, but it can also say a lot about the manager, the hiring managers, recruiting managers, account executives, whatever way that you want to put it. It'll say a lot about them that you can find out without even asking, right? So I want to go over questions. So we're going to break this up. I'm going to go over what to expect in a tech sales interview, and then I'm going to go over the questions I think that you guys should definitely jot down and put it in your arsenal, put it in your arsenal when you go on these interviews. So let's get into it, right? So the first thing that I would say, you are excited. You just got the email. You just got the call. Hey, listen, we seen your application. We would love to schedule a screening interview with you at such and such time, right? You got that confirmation. You click accept, whatever the case may be. Now you're choosing your date and your time that you're going to go through the screening interview, right? So the first interview is the screening interview, right? It's not the official interview, but it is the official interview, right? So what do I mean by that? That interview, which is probably going to be by your recruiting manager, right? Or the hiring manager. So they're going to screen you, right? So they're going to have questions that are not crazy, not as bad. It's one of those situations where they're going to come on and they're going to ask you, hey, okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself, right? And that question is the biggest trap for so many people, right? I want you guys to remember this when you're going on your interview. Shout out to you if you have one coming up. When a hiring manager, recruiting manager asks, hey, tell me about yourself, right? Do not just start rambling about when you was a baby, when you was in kindergarten, anything like that, right? What you want to do is ask this simple question. You ready for it? Write it down. What would you like to know about me? Now what it does is it lets the interviewer know that, okay, this person is aware. He's also making me work, right? So you want to put them to work. And now what starts to happen is you don't sound so crazy. You don't sound all out of place and you're not rambling because you got something called clarity, right? So the clarity aspect is you literally asking, hey, what would you like to know about me or my journey, right? So what that does is now it leads you into the pathway of getting into a specific type of response. So they want to know about your sales experience. They want to know about your leadership experience. So what you need to do is now narrow that thing down and really talk about experience, like your first experience with sales, your first experience with leadership, right? So that's really the first question that they are going to ask. The second thing they're going to lead into is, okay, tell me a little bit about your last role, right? What happened on the day-to-day, right? What are the KPIs that you hit? Like different stuff like that. Because this interview is, they're just getting to know you, right? So about 10 to 15 minutes, you're just going to do a bunch of small talk. And then from that, you're just going to have like these 5 to 7 or 8 questions that you're just going to have. And then the rest of the interview is literally you having questions for them. Now, the questions that I'm going to give, you could use it for the recruiting manager, but if you pass, right? So most tech companies, they go through like a 4 interviewing process. Some companies got 5. Honestly, anything over 5 interviews, you need to just say no. Like nobody's wasting their time for that, because a lot of companies, they're doing like, okay, next week or every other week and all this other stuff. And nah, anything over 5 interviews, like dead it. They just playing with you, right? And I'm gonna tell you a question that you need to ask them for that. So Here are some questions, right, that you guys need to ask them. Let me back up. When you're doing these interviews, 80% of it is culture fit. They want to know, are you a good culture fit for the team? They want to know, hey, if we hire this person, will they be a good fit that we can work with on the day-to-day basis, right? Also, a lot of these recruiting managers get paid when they actually get a prospect. You are the prospect, right? And they actually, like, the company actually hires that person. They actually get paid for that, right? So they actually want to send a good candidate to the company. So they're betting on you. Like, never forget that. Your hiring manager, recruiting manager, they're betting on you that you actually do good on these interviews. So here's what you got to have in mind. Do not be afraid of the titles. So many people lose in interviews because they're afraid of the person that's interviewing them. And I'm going to tell you this right now. When you get on the other side, you're going to realize these people don't even know how to tie their shoes, right? They don't even know right from wrong. They just all over the place. They drink coffee like you drink coffee. They're ready to get off of work like you ready to get off of work. And they're just going through their job description, right? So you have to understand that in the mindset. Now, when you start asking certain questions, it now postures you up and make you look a certain way. So I want to give you guys some questions that you can start asking these account executives, these VP of sales, and so forth, right? So really write this stuff down. If you got to go back and take a look at this video and just write down all the questions, here they are, right? So number one, what types of skills is the team missing that you're looking to fill with a new hire? Such a beautiful question, right? What types of skills are the team missing that you're looking to fill with a new hire? That is such a phenomenal question, because now it challenges them to actually go and see, okay, you know what are we missing? Man, the team didn't really do that good last month. You know what? We're looking for such and such, right? Boom. That is your entry. You're getting the interviewer thinking. You're making them go to work, and you're looking like an outstanding person, right? Now watch this. What metrics or goals will my performance be evaluated against? Or quota, right? So you want to know that up front, because you don't want to get in there and then now it's like, oh man, I didn't even know that I had to do such and such and such and such and such. So you want to put it up like face value. You want to say, hey, listen, what metrics or goals will my performance be evaluated against? What are you looking for, right? For me to do, basically. Right, number three, what are the current goals that the company is focused on, and how does this team work to support hitting these goals? Right? Very heavy question, because it's talking about where the company and the team is going, not where they are right now, right? What gets you most excited about the company's future? Challenge them. Do they even actually like being here, right? So now you have the upper hand now, family. So now what you can do is say, hey, listen, bro, what gets you excited about being here? What gets you excited about the company's future, right? So you're flipping the script. Let's keep going. What's different about working here than anywhere else you've worked? You see how these questions are switching it? So now you're asking them, you're interviewing them heavy questions, right? Let's keep going. Is there anything that I should read before starting that would help me have a shared understanding with my colleagues? Proactive activity, right? What it does is it now exposes you to see if the team is even personally developed. Do they read? Is this a team that goes places? Do they work on their craft? Like, so it also shines the light on you that, hey, listen, you are actually a learned person. Like, you want to know more, not just what your job is giving, but you want to know more, and be prepared, right? So also, let's keep going. How has the company changed since you joined, right? How has the company gotten better since you became a part of it? These are the questions that you need to ask. How does the team I'll be a part of continue to grow professionally? Do they have any professional development there, right? Because if they don't, and now you join the team and it's just negative, right? That's a sucky situation. So where have successful SDRs moved on to, right? Let's keep going. Is there anything I can clarify for you about my qualifications? Before you end the call, make sure you ask that question. Is there anything on my resume that I need to clarify so that I can get qualified? All right. So you want to make sure that you're just getting them, right? What are the next steps after this interview? These are proactive questions. What it does is it's now like this is sales, right? You want to keep the conversation moving forward and get to a next meeting. Book a meeting from a meeting. So it's your job to get in this interview and actually get to the next meeting, right? Close for the next meeting, because your job in tech sales is, listen, just focus on booking the next meeting. That's it, right? Watch this. Is there anything I can, oh, we already went over that. Oh, here we go. Can we set up a time and date for the next interview? So once you say, hey, listen, what's the next steps? Okay, let's set up a time and a date to make that happen, right? You want to push, when I tell you push that, because some companies are literally waiting for you to do that. They're waiting for you to push it, because what that's telling them is you're actually doing the activities that you need to do once you get the role, right? What is our ICP and buyer persona? Now, if you don't know, ask. Now, I would actually figure this out before interviewing, but if you don't, it's still cool. Hold them accountable. Be like, hey, what is our ICP, our ideal customer profile, and what is our buyer persona? Who are we even selling to, right? So what it does is it makes you get ready for the mock interview that's coming next, basically, right? So what type of outreach does the sales team mostly use and why, right? These are now getting into technical questions. When are you hiring? You would be surprised how many companies literally, like, they just be fishing around and they don't even plan on hiring anybody until 2-3 months later. You don't want to be in that mess. Now you done did all this research, prepared for the interview, and they're not even hiring right now. They just looking up their options, right? Bull crap. So what does the profile of a successful SDR look like? Make them tell you what they're looking for. Don't just be the individual that's sitting in the chair, sitting on the screen that's like, oh, well, this is me. No, what are you looking for? What makes a successful SDR in your eyes, right? What characteristics does an ideal, successful, or top producing candidate have? Have them dive deep into that. When do you want this role to be filled? What is your start date? Very, very important question. Now, I have a whole bunch more. I have some for like the account executives, if they interview and different stuff like that. But I wanted to give you guys some ammo going into these interviews, because so many people go into these interviews with no questions. So I promise you, family, if you literally come with it, like, put this on your phone and literally just read through it. Say, hey, listen, when you're on the interview, you just ask them, hey, listen, is it okay if I just look at my phone and read the questions that I have for you? And I promise you, they're gonna be like, oh, no problem. But you wanna come prepared, and you wanna be elite, and you wanna make it happen. So family, listen, I don't wanna keep you guys long, right? I told you I wanna keep these videos down at 10 minutes. I'm already at 13, but it's all good. I hope you guys got some value from it, right? Now, let's transition to the end. If you are an individual that's looking to make a career change, right? You want to get into tech sales like me and so many other people, thousands of other people, or you want to get into IT or digital marketing, right? This is what you want to do. You want to type the word tech below in the comments, type the word tech, and I will give you a discount code to the boot camp that I partner up with CourseCareers that really taught me everything about becoming an SDR and BDR. Such an amazing boot camp. They have so much that would just put you on the radar to be one of those elite interviewing people. I don't even know, right? But they will prepare you to become the best SDR, account executive, and so forth. So if you want to break into tech, whether it's IT, tech sales, or digital marketing, right, type tech below, and I would definitely give you my discount code so that you can join CourseCareers and get that discount off. So guys, listen, with that being said, I love you guys. Anything you guys need from me as far as questions, hit me up on LinkedIn, right, at Javon Blue. Find me on Facebook at Javon Blue. Instagram, it's Javon Blue. and hit me up on here, right? If we need to hop on a call, if you want me to do like a little, I don't know, a Zoom call with you and your team that's trying to break in, let me know and I'll be there, family. So listen, I love you guys. And like I always say, man, this is just something that I do, but my real goal is to make sure that God gets the glory, right? So if you are an individual that's like, listen, bro, I just want some prayer, man. I love what you're doing, but I really want a brother that could pray for me. Listen, that's really my goal, is to make disciples of Yeshua HaMashiach. So I love you, family. Hope you guys got massive value, and I will see you guys on the next video. Let's get it.